What do you get when you're voted Nonprofit of the Year? $15,000. Find out what it's all about. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Sheraton Myrtle Beach Convention Center Hotel on the corner of Oak Street and 21st Avenue in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the 2007 Myrtle Beach Nonprofit of the Year as voted on by readers of our show sponsor, the Myrtle Beach Herald. And we're visiting with its president-elect, Gretchen Abney. Good morning, Gretchen.
Good morning,
I didn't say
Greg.
the winner yet because I want to let you say it.
Oh, aren't you sweet? We are the winner.
Yeah.
4 times in a row.
4 years in a row. It's a
4
big
years
deal.
in a row. It is indeed.
The
It's
Myrtle
a
Beach
wonderful,
Women's Club.
wonderful
Yes,
thing.
yes.
And we worked so hard for it.
I know y'all
And we
did.
are so grateful to you.
Oh, yeah, not to me. No, it's to readers of the Herald. Obviously,
right,
for
the
years that
readers.
have been subscribers, and we shifted over this year to readers to give everyone a chance to do it. Because a lot of folks go online to read the Herald.
Yes, they
of
do.
Of course, they pick up copies in boxes and aren't yet subscribers, but won't feel like they're a part of the community. And obviously, it showed. The
Obviously,
Women's
it
Club,
did. Well, yes, we're just
yeah.
so thrilled, but I think that it certainly shows that the Herald is a part of the community.
Oh, yeah.
All that response.
It was
all
tremendous
those
amount of-
categories
yeah.
and all that response. Gee, just fabulous
A
thing,
lot
no?
of voting online this year. There was a
Yeah.
ton of folks that went
Yeah.
online to fill out ballots. Obviously,
Yeah.
a ton of ballots that were mailed in, a lot that were dropped off at the office. It's
That
amazing to
it
see.
is. Yeah.
And year after year, that category continues to grow and grow and grow. We had more than 50 nonprofits voted on this year
Isn't that
for
something?
that category. Of course, not as many folks voting for those as for the Myrtle Beach Women's Club.
But they tried. They got their vote in there.
You guys really get out the vote.
We do.
Gretchen.
We absolutely do. I think that maybe there's a political vein running in us, and we
Right.
didn't even know it because
Yeah.
we do get out the vote. Work very, very hard. We treat this as a genuine fundraiser.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
how we treat it. And I think that wanting monies like that
Right.
certainly is something the community needs to understand that we bring right back in to the community. Comes from you and it goes right back into them.
Yeah, well, it sure shows. You know, at the check presentation there at the Herald's office on the Air Force Base, it was amazing to see as Charlene Zwing, the current president, I know you're the president-elect, but Charlene Zwing laid out for Hilda Carter and me that incredible slideshow.
Yes.
Highlighting Gardens by the Sea, highlighting y'all's many scholarships, the Habitat for Humanity home build to the Myrtle Beach Women's Club was instrumental in kicking off. And to see the incredible numbers of events y'all have done over the 40-plus years now.
Yes.
It's tremendous.
It even amazes us.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, the
yeah.
club's been around a while, and Charlene has led us in the last 2 years right out into the middle of everything.
Yeah.
She has a wonderful ability to sense what the media wants, and she throws us right there.
Oh, yeah.
So we've had a terrific response. I think the last couple of years have been very rewarding.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of rewarding, of course, the big reward, other than the vote, was the opportunity to send a check y'all's way for
Yes.
you to, as you said, to distribute it and really work it back into the community.
Back into the community,
Kind of
yeah.
like a mini United Way. The Myrtle Beach Women's Club really serves that role.
We are. It has turned into that. And we are looking now for more grassroots organizations where our donations can make a difference. When we started out in 1966, the mission was the same as it is today, which is to help this community, and also to be aware of our neighbors on a county, state, and national level.
Right.
We have assisted people on those levels as well.
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane Floyd, when Conway was flooded so badly, we were there to help them.
Right.
Obviously, in Hurricane Hugo, we actually picked up and went down the coast.
To McClellanville.
To McClellanville.
I saw
we
that.
did, yes, and got our feet in our hands is dirty.
Right, right. A lot of dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a horrible time, as you remember, I'm sure.
Right.
But so we have hands on as well. After 9/11, we adopted a firehouse, a rescue squad up there, and gave to them as well as our Horry County Police and Fire and City Police and Fire. So that was a big time to be very nationalistic and on a local and a big level, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to say it since we're sitting in here. Of course, we hear over in Coffee and Cream. It's
Coffee
early
and
here on a
cream.
Monday morning. So
Yes, it is.
Starbucks is going strong. We also have Vidalia's and the M Bar right behind us here on the
such a
second
great
floor.
spot.
So we're probably going to hear the rest of the morning a lot of the
That's
cappuccinos
okay, isn't
and
it?
frappuccinos getting kicked off there at Coffee and Cream. And this is such a great. Have you been in the Myrtle Beach Convention Center Hotel before? Isn't this an amazing place?
I have. It is an incredible place. And I love all these spots right here. Badeas is a wonderful restaurant.
It is. It is. Yeah. We come here often. My daughter.
The M Bar is a nice place to meet. Fabulous.
One of the nicest bars in town.
Oh, I think
Not
so.
to take anything away from some of the other great places.
Oh, no,
Vidalia's
no,
a
but-
great low country dining establishment.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
Coffee and Cream, and they've got great hours as well.
Comfortable.
Real quick about yourself, Gretchen. Are you originally from the area?
I'm not originally from Myrtle Beach, no. Originally Shaker Heights, Ohio. But from there also Los Angeles, and then here.
Yeah.
And actually that came about from my mother's second marriage.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I went through high school here.
You did.
I
Good.
did.
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
So I am a Seahawk.
You also spent some time in the Big Apple.
I did. I left after the University of South Carolina and went to New York, which is probably my biggest love in the world aside from my husband and puppy dog. I miss it terribly. I'm one of those people that I think as long as I can remember, I wanted to live in New York.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Growing up in Ohio, obviously then living here and finishing high school here, you still thought New York would be a place to be. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I
What
just
was it
love
about the city that prompted that?
It's where it's
love?
happening.
Yeah.
It's just where it's happening all the time, 24 hours a day. Just makes you alive. You know?
That's wonderful. Wow, Gretchen. And of course, one thing I forgot to mention was your tremendous career, both on stage, not only there, I think also on the West Coast, and even on stage representing the city of Myrtle Beach in a pageant connection.
Yes,
is that right?
yeah.
Both as, was it
Yeah, Miss Myrtle Beach.
Miss Myrtle Beach, yes, yes.
Held some other titles along the way when I was competing as Miss Myrtle Beach.
Right.
In those days, one of your good friends, Hilda Merritt Carter.
Oh yeah, sure.
Produced and directed the pageant, and she is now, though she's sitting back and letting other people direct, she's still doing the producing. She has a very long background in the pageant world, as you're well aware.
Oh yeah, very definitely.
So we were very fortunate that she was here then. She started Miss Myrtle Beach pageant then, and took it really to the new heights. We had finalists for something like 5-6 years in a row. Kept trying to get that Miss South Carolina crown.
Is that
right?
Yeah,
we were runner up. Couldn't quite get that crown, and so we had to think that it was only because Greenville knew more people than we did.
Right.
They're great people up there.
The
we had
upstate did well,
yeah,
that's right.
They did, and that's where the pageant was then. It still is,
it's
actually.
It's been headquartered there. Is it in Spartanburg or Greenville?
It's in Spartanburg now.
Right,
It was
sure.
in Greenville then.
Totally right.
They must have had it like 20 years.
Wow.
But if I'm not mistaken, it started here in Myrtle Beach.
I believe you're right.
Yeah,
I've heard about that, and obviously the JCs had a big stake in that, and Raymond Child and
Oh,
others
Raymond,
that
our
were
good
terribly
friend.
involved in
Yeah.
that. And I know obviously this year's Miss Myrtle Beach pageant was done in memory of
Yes, it
Raymond,
was.
your good friend, and Jerry
Yeah.
Child's amazing
Yeah,
husband.
yeah.
And of course a friend to so many in the community. It was great to see the incredible ramp up getting ready for this year's pageant, the Carolina Opry, to see all the supportive businesses
Yeah, wasn't
in the
that
area.
something?
It was
Yeah.
incredible to see, and of course for them in their first year out, be able to generate $40,000-$50,000 from the young ladies who were performing. Of course, they're very successful in the Miss Paradise Resort in Miss Myrtle Beach. I think you helped co-MC this year's pageant. What was that like, Gretchen?
Oh, that's great fun.
Is
I
it
think.
really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, getting up on stage.
I love being with the girls and
Yeah.
trying to encourage them on their way. It's an opportunity that I don't think everyone really understands.
Right.
But young women who are able to get an opportunity on stage develop a grace and a confidence from being in front of people, and hopefully also learn how to be fast on their feet when situations develop.
Right.
So it's a very good experience. They also have a wonderful camaraderie.
And you saw that. You
I
saw that in the
did.
women.
I
compete.
did,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. The young, just girls, women. It's a broad spectrum. You had the teen pageant as well.
Yes.
The two teen pageants, which I think is 13 to 17.
It was.
And then 17 to 24.
24 it was, I believe,
Are the folks who are ramping up for the Miss South Carolina.
Yeah,
And then
they're the
hopefully
misses.
The Miss America. Yeah, big deal. We had two successful young ladies,
Yeah.
Samantha Ward, I believe, from Ainer, and Brooke Eves from Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
so
isn't that
two
something?
very exciting
Yes, and I think they're going to do very well on the state level.
You do?
Oh, I do.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody get out and root for them.
Yeah. Well, I got to be careful. I'm actually judging the Miss South Carolina pageant this year.
Oh,
Gretchen.
are you?
One of the 5 judges up there in Spartanburg.
Exciting. You're going to have a good time.
So I can't talk about any of the contestants, but yes, it is very exciting to see a great turnout.
Yeah.
To really see the Myrtle Beach
And now
area.
that you're seeing it from the local into the state level,
Right.
it's going to really, I think, come home to you how much it does for young ladies.
Well, one of our reporters and longtime columnist, Steve Porter, was one of the local judges for the Miss Myrtle Beach pageant. Of course, Mayor Rhodes will be with us later this week on Thursday, who helped present some of the awards and is very interested in supporting the pageant for years to come. And of course, Ron Barber, I believe, is the gentleman who owned the pageant, or owned these pageants this year, who really helped start it back off. Tom Middleton, all the dedicated volunteers really working hard.
What a string of them, too. That was a huge committee.
Yeah,
it really was. I was very impressed with that.
Yeah.
Of course, Hilda can do that. She can get out there and get people excited about things and pull them in and make them feel involved. And then they just turn around and give 100%, and that's what all those folks did. It was wonderful.
I hope Hilda's tuning in this morning, obviously, to see you. You and I could talk all morning about the Miss Myrtle Beach pageant, but of course the real focus is the nonprofit of the year.
Yes.
And the 4th in a row. It's tough. Obviously a lot of folks in the community are saying, what is the deal? Does the Myrtle Beach Women's Club have a lock on these big checks coming up year after year? And I say, absolutely not. They get the vote out. And I think all nonprofits, and you want to encourage all nonprofits to get out there, whether it's the Optimist Club, the Heart Association, the March of Dimes, the VFW, any group that obviously is committing those dollars back into the community.
That's right, and to remind them too that the Myrtle Beach Women's Club is only a group of like 25 women.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and never more than 40. Never more than 40. At this time we are at like 25. We're about to have another membership drive this spring, which hopefully will bring in some more and add our number. But a small group, and if we can do it, anybody can do it. It just really, really means you have to treat it, as I said a while ago, as a fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Put your shoulder to it.
Y'all do get a lot of folks out there to vote. We want to make sure folks know it's hundreds of folks turning out
It is
to
hundreds
vote.
of
It
folks.
has to be that. And
It's just a constant talking to everyone you know, communicating with them, and I know that we bug people, and we have to send out lots of notes of apology to our dear friends because they are the ones that are going and voting for us.
Absolutely.
And I think that there must be people in the community who we may not have a personal contact with, who also understand now who we are and what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of those votes couldn't have come from all the people that we know.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Well, there's also great personal connections. I saw the Shagger of the Year had your last name on it as well, Richard Abney. He was filling out a ballot. And,
yes, he did.
Of course, he was also voted on by the Women's Club. So some of y'all's votes are making a real difference as well. I mean, clearly
that's true. You know,
he's a very popular shagger. I understand
he is a very popular
he's
shagger.
really got a great step out there.
Yes, he's very smooth, and he has a very unique style, and he loves to dance, which you can tell.
Yeah, and you as well.
I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that is great.
I would rather dance than anything.
Tell us about, of course, you weren't around back in, is it 1966?
Yes, it was.
But it was founded at Dot Bishop, Mrs. George Bishop's home, I believe.
Yes.
And what prompted it? What was the need there in the community that you've heard about at that time that prompted the founding of the Myrtle Beach Women's Club?
Dot had just moved here, I think it was around 4 or 5 years before that. She and George and their young family at that point had moved to Myrtle Beach. And so she had an exposure to women's clubs from elsewhere. And she saw the need. She did. The Women's Club then and now is an organization that tries to feel out those needs that are not met through traditional avenues. And at that time, not so much now I must say, but at that time there were a lot of situations such as that. We would get letters from people through all those years that would say, fallen on hard times, had an accident, lost my job, one thing after another, which seems to happen, as you know, to people. And all they needed was a leg up, and we were able to provide that.